Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today I've decided to do something a little different than my first video and go out to this little pond. Well, we call it a pond, it's not really a pond, it's just kind of a big puddle out at my house that normally has, frogs. I've seen salamander larvae, tadpoles, a whole bunch of stuff. I've seen newts, I've seen a snapping turtle in here before, and just kind of check it, see what we find, see what we look at, because the weather is kind of warmer. We did have a snow and a bit of a freeze the past couple days, but normally that doesn't affect the salamander larvae and the, well, there's not really tadpoles in here right now, but the salamander larvae that much. And there are frog egg sacs that are out there. You kind of see, it looks like a bubble almost coming up. So there are frog egg sacs in here right now as well. So I just thought I'd come check on it. It is iced over, but the ice is not thick. It's less than an inch thick. It's less than an inch thick. So I'm going to set the camera up and kind of check the pond. So this, yeah, we've had this kind of out on our property since we moved in. And we have placed a tarp up here, or a piece of an old tarp up here as cover because the salamanders seem to like it. We found spotted salamanders in here or under that on several occasions, so I'm gonna keep it here until it gets to a point where it's so beat up that it's gonna possibly cause issues, and then I'll switch it out for a better piece of cover or something else. But right now I'm gonna start by just looking and seeing if I can see anything move under the ice or anything like that, because when it does ice over like this, you can see kind of the crayfish moving around or the salamander larvae moving around underneath the ice, which is kind of cool because this does normally ice over really clear ice. It doesn't normally ice over with super cloudy ice. Normally, yeah, it's normally really clear ice. So normally, oh, it's sticking my hair. Normally, you can still see stuff underneath the ice. And sometimes it has gotten thick enough in the past that that me and my brothers were able to walk out on it and kind of ice skate a little bit. We would use like a big metal pole, crack holes in the ice and catch stuff through it. Which was fun. I see a salamander larvae already. You're probably not gonna be able to make it out, but there's one down there. So that's something. I knew there'd be something like that spotted, because it's very common to still be able to see the stuff through the ice, and there still be stuff moving around through the ice. Yeah, no, that's definitely not thick enough for me to try to step on. My boots are good, but they're not waterproof, so I'm not testing my luck. But yeah, it did freeze really cool in areas. It's kind of got like this uneven waviness almost about it, which is kind of cool. But the goal is hopefully find something. We're gonna see about this tarp, because it's frozen in, but the ice isn't thick enough that I can't break it out. And then the last time I touched this tarp, there was a dragonfly larva on it. I heard a squirrel or something, I think. Anyway, dragonfly larva on it, which was cool, which I did get photos of. Oh, hey, so this is frog gel. This is frog jelly, I think. Looks like, frog jelly that the frogs have hatched out of, or salamander, well, probably frog jelly, not salamander jelly. Although I believe certain species of salamander do create jelly like that. It is really cold. It's still below freezing, so sticking my hands in this water is probably not the smartest call. I mean, everything is frozen and I don't want to be added to that tally, so I'm gonna avoid sticking my hands in the water as much as possible. Because man, that is cold. Whew. And yeah, this is the one area on my property that has solid pine forest. Well, not really forest, it's just like a little patch of pine, but a pine patch, which does make for a cool little area. And it's sandy, very sandy in areas up here, which is why I think there were snapping turtles up here at one point. Possible, like as a possible nesting location, and there are ponds, like larger ponds nearby where the snapping turtles would probably be coming from. So we're gonna, okay, I just I stepped, and I really hope these boots hold out waterproof wise. They're not like technically waterproof, but I hope I didn't just sink past the rubber sole, because if I didn't, they might hold up to the waterproofing might hold up just a bit. I don't want wet feet right now. It's far too cold for wet feet right now. Okay, got my hair stuck in a tree. It's far too cold for wet feet right now. So yeah, we'll see if we can pull something out of here somewhere. So there's also this bucket that I just flipped up here, that we also just kind of use as cover. But unfortunately it does not seem like there is anything out up here today, or in a spot where I can get hands on, unfortunately. But I kind of expected that. I honestly was not expecting it to be frozen over like this, but I was expecting to not be able to get to, or not be able to catch anything if there was even just stuff visible up here. Because of how cold it is, I was not planning on sticking my hands in the water too much. Just try to crack the ice a little bit. I successfully cracked the ice a little bit. So, yeah. In a couple days, it's supposed to be a lot warmer. Next week, it's supposed to be in the 60s. Next week, so I'm gonna come back out here next week and check it again. Just see what we find. Because I did see the one salamander larva, and there are the frog eggs as well that are still here. So next week, when it's been 60 degrees for a couple days, I'll come out here and see what I find. I think I'm off work one of those days, or I'll be home long enough at some point next week, most likely, to get a chance to come up here for a little bit and check. So yeah, hopefully the warmer weather will bring out some critters. It is, early spring, so stuff should hopefully start returning soon. But unfortunately, today didn't turn out quite well. It is kind of a pond, more so than a puddle. It's just not very deep. So yeah, there's kind of a full view of it. Anyway. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.